Here with UFC middleweight Elias Theodorou, who just beat Eryk Anders at UFC 231 here in Toronto. And Elias, before we get to the fight, I want to share just a quick moment, if you don't mind. As you were walking by through here, you walk right by the media here. You were on your way to the cage. You actually slowed down, stopped, and said, "Hey, what's up?" You said it to me. It caught me off guard because you're literally walking out to a fight and you're just so relaxed. You're like, "Hey, man, what's up?" How are you so relaxed going into a fight like that?
The big important thing on game day is kind of making it as close as it is to every single day I train in the gym. You know what I mean? I compete with some of the best at a place like TriStar. I compete at some of the best at Titans Academy. And I just got to translate that on game day. That's the most important thing. And the closer I can do what I do, the magic I do during training, I can show it for everyone in the stands.
Yeah, well, you do that very well. Let's get to the fight. Tough fight. Back and forth fight. Just talk about what it was like being out there with Eryk.
It felt great. You know, part of it is the aspect of, you know, a lot of it is in regards to growing as a martial artist, now having like my 19th professional fight. It's eventually, you know, having confidence in my ability. And, you know, going into this, he is a bigger individual. I actually saw on the scale, I was 205, 206, and he was 223. So seeing that size difference, you know, just beforehand, I was a little nervous, but then once I clasped with them, I was like, oh, I'm stronger. Oh, I can do this. So a lot of it is just believing in yourself and just doing it.
Second round, it looked like you were hurt. It looked like he got you with some big shots. You were kind of surviving at the end of the second round. Is that how it felt in there? Just describe the end of that round.
No, I just mentioned before, again, with my unorthodox style, sometimes when I'm not in an athletic stance, I pay for it in the sense of trying to find my footing. That's all it was. It's trying to catch my surroundings. I survived, and, you know, at no point, you know, he hits hard, don't get me wrong, but at no point did I lose my bearings. I just clasped onto him, again, still feeling just as strong, and I prevailed in the later rounds.
You are 9-2 in the UFC. That is a record that allows you to ask for things, I think. What do you want next in your next fight?
Again, obviously I want to look at this fight, see what I did right, see what I did wrong. But beyond my fight in the cage, my biggest fight is not against one man, it's against the stigma of medical cannabis. I'm going to talk to my medical cannabis provider, Solus Health Network, and my medical doctor, and push forward through my current process of a therapeutic use exemption, because you know, even though my ability to conform today, I'm still at a competitive disadvantage compared to my opponents who are able to opt out for first-line medications. You know, I have bilateral neuropathic pain, and what you saw there, I am constantly in pain and constantly hurting in a way that my opponent not necessarily is. So, you know, medicine is a very individual aspect with obviously my medical provider. And, you know, until I'm able to be at my best, I'm at a competitive disadvantage. So I'm going to have to try and fight for that. And again, it's not just for me. I believe it's for all Canadian athletes moving forward, because where Canada finds itself, obviously, you know, ending prohibition and being on a platform, being in the forefront of cannabis on a national and global stand, I don't only feel a necessary option to me doing it, but almost a necessity to fight not just for myself, but all Canadian athletes. And, you know, that's what I want to do beyond just my ability as a fighter.
Very well said, Elias. Thank you for the time.
So much.
Congratulations on the win.